Hey y'all, what's going on? I'm here for the review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 5, Episode 2. I did want to give you guys this review last night along with Black Ink Crew New York, but it's like some events took place yesterday and it had me blown and my emotions just everywhere, and I couldn't operate the way I wanted to. Like, I was just so angry, frustrated, and it's just I didn't want to put that on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't focused. You know what I'm saying? I tried to come up here a few times and try to attempt to do a video, but my mind was not in the headspace for it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, it just, certain things happen, and it's life, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, I probably have shared with you guys, it probably won't be anytime soon. Maybe later on this year, I might share to you guys what happened. That just had me just in a whirlwind yesterday. Um, I don't know, maybe sometime later on this year, or even, or just whenever I feel like talking about it, I guess I'll share it with you guys. Um, but let's just get into this review. But before we start, Mona, why are you holding out on Hosseline and Stevie J? This is episode 2, and we ain't seen them fuckers yet. I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, I know they bring the entertainment, whether you love them or you hate them. I know they your star pupils, Mona, but stop holding out on them. I'm just saying. But anyways, um, so where we left off at, the continuation of the party that Mimi threw for Chris. Um, we have Tommy and Tierra. They're having a conversation. Tommy is starting to question Tierra's mothering skills, and pretty much trying to call her a bad mom. You know what I'm saying? She was like, when are you a mother? And Tierra, she looking all confused and shit. Like, what do you mean? When am I a mother? And this, that, and third. I'm sorry, Tierra, a good one. She was a little bit too calm for me. Had that been me, it would have been a ball out fallout. She would have got knocked clean the fuck out. It would have been like some young jock type of shit. Meet me in the trap. It's going down. Meet me out back. It's going down. Like no. But anyways, um, Tierra's like, you sit up here talking like as if you know my kids and everything, and Tierra, I mean not Tierra, Tommy, she was like, yeah, I do know your kid, and I know your baby daddy because I sit on his face every night. So Tierra, she was like, oh, my baby daddy wouldn't even fuck with some trash like you or whatever. Ooh, excuse me, burpee, and I ain't even drink no soda, damn. But anyways, so what was I saying? Oh, right. They going back and forth or whatever. Next thing you know, they start fighting and everything, and it did look like some hits were thrown or whatever. It did look like Tommy had the upper hand. Um, of course, Carly and Justin, Dime Piece, they kikiing or whatever in the corner and shit, and I was just like, these messy bitches here. And I was like, Jessica, for somebody that surely do feel bad for Tierra getting set up in the first place, you damn sure ain't showing it. It seemed like you here for the fuckery to me. Anyways, everybody else, they looking on the sidelines like, what the fuck is this clownery going on here? Like, so, they break them up, of course, or whatever. You know, that was that. Moving on, we get to Rashida, and Kirk. They talking about the situation. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck. Do y'all give a fuck? I don't give a fuck. So we're gonna move on. We get Scrappy Dappy Doo and Tierra. Tierra, she's pulling up to the studio and everything. She had to go to urgent care after that hood rat Tommy was all up on her and everything. And I was like, but damn, I mean, it seemed like Tommy was the one. Like I said, it seemed like she had the upper hand, and you had to get. I mean, you ain't had to get shit, on your face or nothing. Your hand though. I was like, I mean, I don't know. Tierra might have got some hits in, but I don't know. It was kind of hard to tell, at least for me anyway. But yeah, she had this thing on her hand, and then on her wrist as well. Um, this nigga Scrappy Dappy Doo and his brother, they like I said, they in the studio and everything, and sorry, I got a habit of doing this with my damn nose ring. But anyways, they in the studio. These motherfuckers, they playing a song that seemed just so befitting for this situation, talking about some baby mom tripping or whatever. I'm a dog, roof, or some shit like that. I was just like, the fuck? I was like, see, Tierra, he letting you know right there in the song, his ass is a dog. Better. And clearly, she still ain't catch on to it, because she was sitting up here telling him that he need to tell Tommy her position and all this other bullshit. But that shit made me think of Martin. On the Martin show, he used to be like roof, like. I was like, look at this clownery here, child. I guess. But anyways, I keep on saying Tommy when I mean Tierra when I mean Tommy. Lord, these names is gonna kill me this season. Tierra, she asked us about Tommy. She was like, she was sitting up here saying that she be sitting on your face every night. He gonna sit up here and talk about some, well, that's not true, because some nights I be with you. I said, this motherfucker here. So, she was like, do you be having her around my son and everything? And he was like, yeah, she be around, him or whatever. She starts going off, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, I hold you down, and this, then third. She hit him and everything, rightfully so, because, she was saying he put her in harm's way, which he did. You did put her in harm's way, Scrap, because, like she said, this bitch got 32 mug shots. I seen the mug shots on Facebook yesterday, and I don't think it was 32 in the picture or whatever, the little collage that they had. But this half of Tommy got mug shots dating back to 2003. Over a decade. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I need to look up her criminal background. What the hell she been in and out of jail for the past decade for? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, she was like, you putting my son, you got my son around her and all this stuff or whatever. And like I said, Scrap, you did put her in harm's way, because you didn't mention nothing about Tommy to Tierra at all. So you just let her be blindsided by this shit, and then this bitch feeling comfortable enough that she could go to her job? Like, you put her in harm's way, and yeah, she should have hit your ass for that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And she was saying that, he ain't gonna see his son again until he fixed the shit. And he was like, the kids ain't got nothing to do with it. And I understand that, you know what I'm saying? The kids don't have nothing to do with it. You can still arrange for them to see the kids, and, arrange for him to see the kids and everything or whatever, without Tommy being around. But then again, I guess she wouldn't know if Tommy would be around or not. But anyways, she was like, you better let her know where I stand and all this other stuff, and talking about how she the baby mama, and she gonna always be around now. Yeah, in this situation, because I feel like Scrap does just look at Tommy as a sex object, because, when he finally did fess up, he didn't say they was in a relationship. He said that they've been messing around. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, I mean, in their situation, it's kind of like, okay, I mean, I guess, as long as you keep on allowing this dumb shit, I guess you is going to always be around. You know what I'm saying? Like, What was I about to say? I'm losing my damn train of thought here. I guess she is gonna always be around or whatever. And I do feel like Scrap does love Tierra, but he just, but at the same time, because the way he talks about her and everything, but at the same time, he's trying to have his cake and eat it too, and it ain't that much love in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just like, y'all fighting each other when y'all should be fighting this motherfucker. This motherfucker the one who lied to y'all. But anyways, we moving on from that. She, like I said, she want to have a sit down with three of them so he could tell Tommy what the fuck it really is. So moving on from that, I feel like I spent a lot of time talking about that shit. But anyways, moving on from that, we get Mimi. She's moving into a new apartment and everything. Yet again, it's like, why every season her ass moving into a new house, a new apartment or something? Like, your ass can't stay put in one house for like at least maybe, feel homey and shit for at least maybe 2 seasons or so before you decide to move to another house. Can't even let the damn ink dry on the fucking lease before your ass moves somewhere else. Child, I guess. But anyways, Arian and Chris, they're helping her out. And no, Chris, she made that very clear. Chris is not moving in. She has her place. I have my place. This is for me and my daughter. Oh, child, Mimi killed me with that low talking shit that she be doing. I be like, damn, bitch, do you need some Lipton tea, a lozenge, cough drop, something? Some damn NyQuil? Child, but anyways, moving on. Arian, she's being very intrusive into their sex life and, they whole relationship and shit. And I was like, damn, Arian, why you playing hated? Because you want that cootie cat from Mimi, huh? If you ain't already got it. Like, she was just sitting here, she was like, I forgot what she said. She said something, but Chris doesn't consider herself to be a woman. She considers herself to be a man and Mimi to be a woman. So pretty much like they're in a heterosexual relationship. And you guys, I said it a few times on this channel, I do respect the LGBT community. I got love for the LGBT community. I have family members and friends that are part of the LGBT community. So I'm all here for them. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what she's saying. She pretty much, she feels like she was born into the wrong body. You know what I'm saying? She felt like she should have been born a man. I get that. But it's crazy because, when we think about people who are transgenders, how they say that they were, born in the wrong body and this, that, and the third, and they make the conscious decision to get the hormones and all that stuff. Chris doesn't want that. She doesn't want to do the the whole transition and stuff. She just wants to be considered a man, in which I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But other people may not understand it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I get where she's coming from, but a lot of other people may not get it or understand it or try to make fun or whatever. But Arian, she, starts asking questions about their sex life too. Like, I guess, like, does Mimi, touch Chris in certain areas or whatever? And they was like, no, or whatever, and Chris, she was explaining, she was explaining what a touch me not is. I was like, ooh, this is something new. I ain't never heard of this term or whatever. She was like, a touch me not is, basically, she doesn't want to be touched in places that reminds her that she's a female. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I think that was all from that scene pretty much. But yeah, Arian, she was just being very intrusive and shit. And I was just like, girl. And Chris, she was saying, like, she, asking all these questions and shit, like, damn, I ain't fucking you, or whatever. And I feel Chris on that. But anyways, moving on, we get Scrappy and Jock, they at a radio station. Who cares? Moving on. Um, we get B Smith, which is a new character. She's a transgender. Um, we get Rashida, Tammy, and Mimi and Betty Idol. Um, they're at this event, this runway event. We see Bambi, she's killing it, and then we see I mean not B Smith, D Smith. And then we see D Smith walking, and I ain't like her walk too much. She's kind of stiff, you know what I'm saying? And Justin J, shout out to Justin J, his crazy self. He said something on Facebook. I see the video on Facebook. He was like, "Why is she walking like a crunk broomstick or some shit like that?" I said, "Child, look." I was like, that runway walk was just, it wasn't happening. It was not. Yeah, I wasn't featuring it. You know. So, anyways, Tammy, Mimi, and Rashida, they meet afterwards and they're talking about what happened at the party. We meet B Idol. She doesn't like Bambi or Tammy pretty much. She doesn't like Bambi because, of course, Bambi is Scrappy's ex-girlfriend and everything. And she's sitting up here saying how her and Scrappy been working together and all this other stuff. And D Smith kind of calling her out on her bluff, like, are you fucking him and this, that, and the third? And she was like, no, I'm not fucking him or whatever. I gotta observe her again, y'all. I'm gonna try to have her impression down by next week of this B Idol girl. Because, yeah, I don't really like that heifer. She was like, sorry, y'all. She was like, no, like, we're not fucking or whatever. Like, we're just, it's business and all this other stuff. And I was just like, bitch, please. Either you fucking him or you want to fuck him. The way she was just talking like, and all this other stuff. I was just like, and, she don't like Tammy because she assumes that Tammy has the same views as Waka Flocka. Because Waka, he did an interview, and I want to say this. I feel like for some reason this interview was on the Breakfast Club. I feel like because I remember him being on the Breakfast Club, I believe last year. I think he was up there sometime. And for some reason, I feel like this is where he was talking about, his views on transgenders and everything or whatever. So, pretty much she just assumed that, because Walker feels this way, that Tammy feels the same way. I'm like, look, bitch. I know marriage is about one, but that does not mean that they still not their own individual people. Just because he has an opinion about something, that doesn't mean that her opinion is going to be the same as his. So cut the shit. Like, oh, she pissed me off with that, y'all. And then, what else happened? And she was talking about Scrappy, like how the Bam was blowing him up and shit or whatever on his phone. And because I guess it was some video he had put up on Snapchat, Instagram, one of them social networkings or whatever. And I guess Bam was hitting him up, blowing him up about that, and he deleted it. She was like, he deleted the video like a little bitch. I was like, yeah, because obviously apparently he still want to be with the Bam. And if he do anything with you, you're just going to be a fuck. Okay, yeah, that's why he deleted the shit. Anyways, yeah, pretty much like I said, she, sitting up here assuming that Tammy has the same views as Walker and shit. And I was like, that's just ignorant as fuck. Anyways, moving on, we get Tommy and the infamous KK. They have a conversation. Tommy's telling KK about what happened at the party and everything. And KK, she was like, I didn't meet for Tommy to beat up the girl and everything. But she was like, I already knew that it was going to go down when I told her about her trying to come into the palace or whatever. She didn't say the palace, y'all. But I told y'all, she gives me Mama DTs a little bit. So she said she didn't mean for Tommy to stomp the girl out. That's what she said specifically. Tommy could, she was saying she could tell that Tierra didn't know about her and shit or whatever. It's like, okay, you just said it yourself. Tierra didn't know about you, so why would you sit up here and do that? You couldn't have a grown woman conversation with her and be like, look, I know your baby daddy, me and him been fucking around, we been, that's my man, he been my man for a minute now. You couldn't have a grown woman conversation with her. You had to fight her. I mean, even though she did throw a drink on you first, but you was already getting hostile and getting up out your motherfucking seat anyway. So, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And trying to come out of pocket any fucking way. So, I mean, now I ain't really the one for drink throwing or whatever. I'ma just throw them hands. That's what the fuck I'ma do. But, whatever. I mean, like, Tierra doesn't really seem like a fighter to me. You know what I mean? But, anyways, what else happened? She feels like that, Tierra got some kind of voodoo tricks on Scrap and everything and all this other stuff. I was just like, no, apparently he just want to be, like I said, I feel like he want to have his cake and eat it too, but it's something about her that he keeping her around. Like, damn, I can't stand that shit. And like I said, I am here for mothers who let the girl that her son is dating know what's up. But what I'm not here for is the way KK did the shit. Like I said, I feel like the only reason why KK even told Tommy about this shit, not because she genuinely cares and she don't want Tommy to see Tommy hurt. She told her because she don't like Tierra. And she was sitting up here, she said that Scrap asked her, could she get past the shit or whatever. And, KK feel like, no, I can't, because we found out the real reason she don't like Tierra. Now, last week she said that it was because of her dog, her killing her dog. But this week she's saying that it's because of the situation that happened with, when they were allegedly accused of, they were accused of allegedly trying to kill Sass's daddy. Sass and Scrap, they have different dads or whatever. So that's what the situation was. Apparently, allegedly they tried to kill Sass's dad and everything. And she was pretty much, she was like that. I was on the run or whatever, and she was like, and I was confiding in Tierra about stuff, and she was going back and telling the feds on me this, that, and the third. I was like, damn, that is fucked up. Now that is, doing your mother-in-law like that, talking to the feds and shit. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to read my notes and get everything together. But yeah, that's the real reason why she don't fuck with Tierra or whatever. She don't like her. And it's like, yeah, that was fucked up. But still, you still interfering into your son's love life just because you don't like the girl. And it's like, well, it's something about her he must like or whatever. Like, but she tells Tommy that, she needs to talk to Scrap and everything. So moving on, we get Scrappy and Jock, they're having this casting call event for Scrappy's modeling thing or whatever. Jock, he, of course, sniffing like a hound dog. He makes his move on the assistant yet again. And he's telling Taylor, that's her name, he was like, I know you work for Scrappy and everything and all this other stuff. And then she was like, at first she didn't give in, and I thought she was going to be smart. She was like, like, I don't want to, you and Jock are friends and everything. I mean, you and Scrappy are friends and everything, and I work for him, this, that, and the third. And I don't want things to get messy and complicated, this, that, and the third, or whatever. And then, she starts falling for this so-called charm that Jock has, which I don't understand it. But, she ends up falling for it. I was like, God damn it, girl. I thought you was going to be fucking smart about this shit. Stick to your guns. You know what I mean? But she didn't, y'all. She gave in at his old licking toes ass. Like, I'm not even gonna talk about that, y'all. I know everybody was disgusted with that bullshit last season. But anyways, Kirk, he comes up or whatever, and he's talking to Jock about, the situation with him and Scrappy, and he walks up on Scrappy and everything, and Mama D, and he tells Scrappy like, Mama D came in, to Rashida's store the other day, starting shit with Rashida, and Mama D just sitting back there like a little ass kid that's about to get in trouble. Scrappy looking at her like, I know you ain't just go to the back. Go, just go. Go. I'll deal with you later. That's how Scrappy was looking at her ass. Like, like I said, he's pretty much reprimanding his mom about, doing the shit or whatever. And, Kirk is like, oh, well, you didn't arrange this or whatever. And Scrappy was like, no, whatever, And Scrappy, he felt like they should have called him and let him know that they couldn't do it or whatever. In which I agree. They should have called, regardless, they should have called him. I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all heard a noise from my computer. That's my damn computer. Some noise that just popped up. I don't know if y'all heard it or not. But anyways, they should have just let him know what was up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of sitting up here, just having him in limbo. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, if it wasn't for Deb, he wouldn't had nobody to vouch for his character and all this stuff, And Kirk felt like he shouldn't get involved because Rashida and Erica are cool. But at the same time, Kirk, what does that have to do with you? That's your wife's friend. That's not your friend. So what does that have to do with you? I felt like he still could have vouched for Scrappy. You know what I'm saying? If Rashida wasn't going to do it or whatever. And then, he asked Kirk, like, did you even want to be there in your heart? Kirk was like, hell nah, nigga, the fuck? And then, Scrappy was like, did this nigga just tell me, hell nah, he didn't want to be there, this, that, third? And so he told Kirk to carry his ass, you know what I'm saying? And that was the end of that. We get Tammy and Dee Smith, Dee Smith doesn't really want to have a modeling career or whatever, because earlier in the episode, Tammy says that she wants Dee Smith to model some clothes for her and everything. She tells Tammy about her transitioning or whatever. Tammy, she's shocked and everything. And the Dee Smith, she does look good. She looks really good, especially this being her first year transitioning. She also brings up, what Walker said on the radio and everything. And Tammy says, Walker doesn't have a problem with the LGBT community. He was just speaking on Caitlyn Jenner and just how the media is just really trying to publicize that whole situation or whatever. And, she was like, her daughter was asking questions and she's only 10 or whatever. Dee Smith feels like that it's Tammy's job as a mother to sit her daughter down or whatever and talk to her and explain to her how to still have respect for people, whatever. And I do understand that, it's like when your kids start kind of asking you questions about certain things and they start looking up shit, it's probably best that you just tell them instead of, but tell them in the PG form instead of just trying to shield it from them. You know what I'm saying? So I understood where she was coming from on that. And, that was the end of that conversation. We get Scrap and Tommy. Scrap, he comes over, brings flowers and some other kind of gift or whatever. And, he claims that he told Tia that they were in a relationship or whatever, which, like I said, he really didn't. He said that they were messing around or whatever. Scrap, he feels the tension and he says that, well, when you're ready to talk to me, you can talk and, we can talk, because she threw his flowers or whatever and threw the gift. She was like, oh, thank you or whatever when he first came in and everything. So, he was like, when you're ready to talk to me, you could talk to me and everything. Out of nowhere, this bitch gonna sit up here and say, well, let me walk you to the door because, and she threw a drink with me, and I was just like, oh my God, am I in the Twilight Zone here? Did I miss something? Mona, bitch, did you edit some shit out? I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? to her and all this stuff. And he says, she loves hard and everything, even though she's crazy. That's why he likes her and don't really want to let her go. So I still feel like he's still trying to have his cake and eat it too a little bit. You know what I'm saying? She asks, is he fucking Tierra? He owns up to it and everything. She tells him to get out or whatever. And pretty much, he lets her know, like, we need to have a sit down or whatever, the three of us, so I can, see my son and everything. And, so, and she did also ask, does he love her and everything. And he was like, let me prove with my actions and shit like that. I said, Scrap, you a smart man for that move. Because that is true. A person can tell you they love you all day long, and sometimes folk may really do love you, but it's just they not showing it to you, and then they ain't showing it to you, then they ain't no good. You know what I'm saying? They no good to you. You know what I'm saying? That they can't show it, but it's like actions is what is more so of what it should be. But I doubt he gonna show it with his damn fucked up actions though. Anyways, okay, we get Tammy, Betty Idol, and what's her name? D Smith. I abbreviated their names on this part. That's why I was trying. What the hell's her name again? I forgot that damn quick. But anyways, Betty, they all, like I said, they all sit down and everything. Betty, she's sitting up here calling Tammy talentless and a nobody. And Betty, she already geeked up because, she, Tammy had brought up Bambi and everything, brought up the Bam, Tammy is telling D Smith that Walker, he's, cool with, them sitting down and, discussing some things or whatever, he was like, she's a good person and all this stuff. And then Betty was like, oh, it's just kind of funny, I heard what he said on the radio, it's just kind of funny how his views are different now or whatever. And she was like, no, his views are still the same, but, he respects what's going on here pretty much, you know what I'm saying? And Betty says, people value, because she was like, he has his own opinion and everything, and she was trying to say his opinion no matter whatever, and people, she was saying everybody has their own opinion or whatever. And Betty was like, well, people value my opinion a lot. I was like, bitch, who the fuck is you? Oh, okay. I'm just saying, she doesn't understand the relevancy of Tammy. Like, she's only relevant because of Walker and all this other stuff. I said, well, bitch, we knew about her before we knew about your ass. She's sitting here saying the only thing she accomplished is marrying a rapper. They're going back and forth or whatever, and that's when Tammy come across the table on her ass, and that was the end of the episode. I'm sorry, this review was long, y'all. But I'm gonna come back in. I gotta re-watch Black Ink Crew because I didn't even pay attention to Black Ink Crew last night at all. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys come back, and I will be back in a few. Peace.